Have you ever witnessed a man who seems to effortlessly draw women in, a quiet magnetism that sets him apart from the crowd? It's not the superficial trappings of wealth, the fleeting appeal of good looks, or even the practiced charm of smooth words that truly captivate. Instead, it's a deeper understanding of attraction, a secret whispered by the ages. True connection begins not with a physical touch, but within the fertile ground of the mind. This essay delves into the subtle, yet profoundly powerful art of non-physical attraction, drawing inspiration from the Stoic philosophy of inner mastery and self-control. The harsh reality is this: if you remain unaware of this foundational truth, you are already at a disadvantage, losing opportunities to stand out, to become the man who occupies her thoughts, and to forge a connection that resonates long after you've parted ways. Most men unknowingly spend their lives relying on surface-level tactics, fleeting physical gestures, extravagant compliments, or desperate attempts to please. While these approaches might yield temporary gains, they lack the depth and staying power to truly influence her mind and emotions. Imagine a world where you possess the ability to create deep, magnetic attraction without ever needing to initiate physical contact. This isn't a pipe dream or a manipulative game. It's a skill that can be cultivated, honed, and mastered. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers of self-reliance and virtue, understood that true power and control originate from within. Applying this principle to the realm of attraction unlocks a potential that most men never even glimpse. By focusing on the mental and emotional landscape, you can learn to flip the script, transforming yourself from a pursuer into someone who is genuinely desired, someone whose presence is craved. This essay will illuminate the path to achieving this transformation, revealing how to stand apart in a way that ignites her curiosity and makes her yearn for your company. This video incorporates elements from various areas, including behavioral psychology, communication strategies, and Stoic philosophy, to offer a comprehensive guide to developing powerful, non-physical attraction. It blends practical advice with deeper insights into the nature of human connection. Approximately 40% of the video will consist of the content from the original transcript, providing a solid foundation, while the remaining 60% will be original writing, expanding upon the ideas, adding personal thoughts, and weaving in relevant examples and anecdotes to enrich the viewer's experience. This ensures compliance with YouTube's fair use policy while creating a compelling and informative video. The journey to mastering non-physical attraction begins with understanding that it's not a set of tricks or techniques to be deployed, but a fundamental shift in perspective. It's about recognizing that genuine connection is built on a foundation of mutual respect, shared values, and a deep understanding of human psychology. It requires cultivating self-awareness, developing emotional intelligence, and learning to communicate effectively, both verbally and non-verbally. The goal is to create an authentic connection that resonates with her on a deeper level, fostering a sense of trust, intimacy, and genuine desire. This is not about manipulation or deception, but about becoming the best version of yourself, someone who naturally attracts others through their inner strength, integrity, and genuine character. In the following sections, we will explore the key principles and practical strategies that will empower you to cultivate this type of authentic attraction. Paragraph 1. The primacy of the mind beyond physicality. The cornerstone of non-physical attraction lies in understanding that the mind precedes the body. Too many men mistakenly believe that attraction is solely, or even primarily, a physical game. They focus on superficial aspects, such as physical appearance, material possessions, or overt displays of affection, believing that these are the keys to winning a woman's heart. While physical attraction certainly plays a role, it's often fleeting and superficial. It might grab her attention momentarily, but it rarely leaves a lasting impression. The kind of attraction that endures, the kind that lingers in her thoughts long after you parted ways, is built on something far deeper, a connection at the level of the mind. Humans are inherently wired to connect on emotional and psychological levels long before any physical interaction takes place. Think about the subtle cues we unconsciously pick up on. The way someone carries themselves, the tone of their voice, the words they choose, and the overall energy they project. These subtle signals communicate volumes about a person's character, values, and intentions. When you master the art of non-physical attraction, you learn to consciously cultivate these signals, projecting an irresistible aura that draws her towards you, often without her even fully understanding why. This is the power of creating an emotional and mental resonance. It's about communicating your inner qualities in a way that captivates her imagination and sparks her curiosity. Consider the iconic scenes from classic movies, moments where two characters exchange a meaningful glance from across a crowded room. No words are spoken, no hands are touched, yet the tension is palpable, the attraction undeniable. This spark isn't mere cinematic fiction. It's a real phenomenon, a testament to the power of non-physical attraction. It's the result of mastering the subtle art of conveying emotion and desire through nonverbal cues. This kind of attraction is more potent and enduring than anything physical could ever hope to achieve. It is the foundation for building a connection that goes beyond the superficial and delves into the realm of genuine intimacy. To illustrate this point, imagine two scenarios. In the first, a man relies solely on physical touch to express his interest. He might casually place a hand on her shoulder, offer a quick hug, or attempt a flirty brush of her fingers. While these gestures might elicit a momentary reaction, they lack depth and substance. It's like writing with invisible ink. The moment the pressure is removed, the impression fades. In the second scenario, a man masters the subtle art of non-physical attraction. He engages her in meaningful conversation, makes her feel truly seen and heard, and projects an aura of confidence and authenticity. This is like engraving your presence in her mind. She will replay your words, your energy, and your vibe long after you've left the room, constantly thinking about you and wanting to reconnect. As a practical example, imagine you're engaged in a conversation with a woman you're interested in. Instead of rushing to fill every silence or trying to impress her with grand gestures, you allow the moment to breathe. You hold her gaze just a second longer than usual, let a small, genuine smile linger on your lips, and speak with a calm, deliberate tone. In that single moment, you've accomplished something that most men overlook. You've created a sense of curiosity, a question in her mind. Why does he feel so different from everyone else I meet? Contrast this with the approach of most men, who often lean in too close, laugh too loudly, or shower her with excessive compliments. This kind of behavior screams desperation, and desperation is the fastest way to extinguish attraction. Women are instinctively drawn to men who possess a sense of self-assuredness and independence. They're repelled by those who appear needy or clingy. The secret to non-physical attraction lies in understanding that less is often more. It's about creating a dynamic where she's drawn to you not because of what you're doing, but because of the space you're leaving for connection to grow, the potential you represent. When you prioritize mastering this subtle energy, you're no longer just another man trying to impress her. You become the man she can't stop thinking about, the one who sparks her curiosity and awakens her desire for a deeper connection. This is the power of shifting your focus from the external to the internal, from trying to win her over to cultivating your own inner magnetism. Ultimately, the truth is undeniable. Real attraction begins in the mind, not the body. When you shift your approach to focus on emotional and mental connections, you elevate yourself above every other man in her life. You become someone who sees her for who she truly is, someone who appreciates her intelligence, her humor, and her unique perspective on the world. This is the foundation upon which lasting and meaningful relationships are built. Paragraph 2. The power of being seen beyond surface level. The next critical element in the art of non-physical attraction is the ability to make her feel truly seen. In a world saturated with superficial interactions and fleeting connections, the feeling of being genuinely understood and appreciated is a rare and precious gift. Unfortunately, most men completely miss this opportunity. They mistakenly believe that impressing a woman means being loud, flashy, or showering her with endless, generic compliments. While these tactics might garner a brief moment of attention, they ultimately fail to create a meaningful connection. To truly stand out, you must do something that most men never even consider. Make her feel seen, understood, and valued for who she truly is beyond the surface level. Ask yourself, when was the last time someone genuinely noticed the little things about you? The way you laugh, a small detail you mentioned in passing, or even your favorite coffee order. Didn't it feel amazing, validating, and deeply connecting when they remembered and acknowledged those details? That's precisely what women crave. They desire to be recognized and appreciated for their individuality, for their unique thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Think about this. When you show her, without the need for grand gestures or effusive praise, that you see her for who she really is, not just her appearance or her fleeting presence in your life, you create a profound connection that she won't soon forget. And the best part is, it's not as difficult as you might think. It simply requires paying attention, listening actively, and showing genuine interest in her thoughts and feelings. To make this concept more practical, consider the following scenario. The next time she mentions something seemingly insignificant, such as her favorite book, a quirky habit, or even a random story about her day, make a mental note. Later, casually bring it up in conversation. For instance, if she mentions her favorite author, ask her opinion about one of their lesser-known books a week later. Or, if she talks about her favorite dessert, surprise her by suggesting a cafe that serves it. These small, thoughtful gestures demonstrate that you are paying attention and that her words and experiences matter to you. These are the moments that truly stick with her. However, it's not just about remembering details. It's also about how you listen. Most people listen to respond, formulating their own thoughts and opinions while the other person is speaking, rather than truly listening to understand. When she talks, make a conscious effort to stop thinking about what you're going to say next. Instead, focus entirely on her words, her tone of voice, and what she's trying to express. Give her the kind of undivided attention that makes her feel safe and valued, as if she's being truly heard for the first time. For example, if she shares a story about a stressful day at work, resist the urge to jump in with advice or solutions. Instead, offer empathy and understanding. Say something like, "That sounds really frustrating. How did you handle it?" By doing this, you're not just listening. You're showing her that you care about her feelings and that you're there to support her. This makes all the difference in building a genuine connection. When you consistently make her feel seen, something powerful begins to happen. She starts to feel comfortable around you in a way that is rare and precious. She'll think to herself, "This guy doesn't just see me as another face in the crowd. He actually values who I am as a person." And that feeling is incredibly addictive. She'll begin to crave your presence because you make her feel understood, appreciated, and accepted in a way that most men never could. The key takeaway is this. Making her feel seen isn't about grand romantic gestures or over-the-top compliments. It's about the small, thoughtful moments that show her that she's more than just a passing thought to you. It's about creating a space where she feels safe to be vulnerable, to share her true self, and to connect with you on a deeper level. So, the next time you're with her, remember to slow down, pay attention to the little things she says and does, and be fully present in the moment. When you consistently make her feel seen, you're not just standing out from the crowd. You're creating a connection that she'll hold on to long after you're gone. Paragraph 3. The subtle art of challenge, sparking curiosity. A facet of attraction often misunderstood and even feared by many men is the power of presenting a subtle challenge. This is not about playing manipulative games or feigning disinterest, but rather about possessing a strong sense of self-worth and not being instantly swayed by her attention or affection. Women are instinctively drawn to men who possess this quality, a man who knows his value and doesn't fall head over heels the moment she smiles at him. Think about it. What makes someone truly memorable? Is it the person who is always eager to please, consistently available, and quick to say yes to every request? Or is it the person who is just slightly out of reach, the one who makes you wonder about their thoughts and motivations, and leaves you anticipating their next move? The answer is invariably the latter. When you create a subtle challenge, you ignite her curiosity and intrigue. She begins to think about you more, wondering what you're up to, and even questioning how much she truly means to you. This dynamic cleverly flips the script, subtly placing you in control of the interaction without resorting to manipulative tactics. It's about demonstrating that you have a life of your own, with passions, goals, and commitments that extend beyond your interactions with her. Consider this example. You've been texting with a woman, and she unexpectedly suggests meeting up at the last minute. Most men, eager to seize the opportunity, would immediately jump at the chance, potentially canceling existing plans to accommodate her. However, a man who truly understands his own value would respond differently. He might say something like, "I'd love to, but I already have plans for tonight. Let's try to schedule something for another day." What does this response communicate? It subtly conveys that you have a life of your own, that your time is valuable, and that you're not willing to drop everything at her beck and call. This doesn't portray you as uninterested. Rather, it projects an image of self-respect and confidence. She'll begin to perceive you as someone with standards, a man whose time and attention are earned, not freely given. The essence of this approach lies in striking a delicate balance. Playing hard to get isn't about being cold, aloof, or emotionally unavailable. It's about balancing your genuine interest in her with your own personal standards and boundaries. Show her that you enjoy her company, that you find her interesting, but also make it clear that you don't readily hand over your time and attention to just anyone. Another practical illustration. Suppose she asks for a favor that you're not entirely comfortable with, such as helping her move heavy furniture on short notice. Instead of instinctively saying yes out of obligation or a desire to please, respond with something like, "I'd really like to help you, but I've already got something planned for that day. Let's see if we can find another time that works." This response communicates that you're not a pushover, that you're willing to set boundaries and prioritize your own commitments. Trust me, that speaks volumes about your character and self-respect. The effectiveness of this approach stems from the psychological principle of reciprocal interest. When you present a challenge, you inadvertently increase the perceived value of your attention. She starts to value your time and affection more because it's not easily obtained. She begins to realize that being in your life is something special, something she needs to earn, not something that's automatically granted. The beauty of this approach lies in its inherent authenticity. It's not about playing contrived games or employing manipulative tactics. It's about demonstrating that you are a man who values himself, his time, and his commitments. And that in itself is an incredibly attractive quality. When you master the art of the subtle challenge, you effectively shift the dynamic of the interaction. You're no longer chasing after her, attempting to win her approval. Instead, she subtly begins to work to win you over, to demonstrate her worthiness of your time and attention. This places you in a position of strength, a position that every man should strive for. The key is to be genuine, respectful, and confident in your own value. Paragraph 4. The symphony of speech, mastering tone and language. Beyond the words we choose, the manner in which we deliver them holds immense power. How you say something is often more important than what you say. Your tone of voice and choice of language can create an undeniable pull that resonates within her mind long after the conversation has ended. It's not solely about the content of your discussions. It's about the energy, intention, and emotion that you infuse into your words. A man who speaks with confidence, calmness, and self-control instantly commands attention. Women subconsciously pick up on these subtle cues, and when executed effectively, your tone can communicate strength, stability, and intrigue, all without the need for overt displays of flamboyance or aggression. Let's begin with your tone of voice. A calm, steady, and slightly lower tone projects a sense of confidence and composure. Imagine a man who speaks deliberately, taking his time with each word. His tone is deep, measured, and imbued with intention. This is the type of presence that naturally commands attention and respect. Now, contrast that with a man who speaks too quickly, stumbles over his words, or fills every pause with nervous chatter. His energy inadvertently screams insecurity and self-doubt. The lesson here is simple. Slow down, take your time, and allow your words to carry weight and meaning. Consider this practical example. Instead of rushing to say, "I really like spending time with you," try this. Pause for a moment, meet her eyes with genuine sincerity, and then say, "I really enjoy spending time with you." The slight pause before the word really adds depth and intentionality to your words. It creates a sense of anticipation, making her lean in, wondering what you're going to say next. This brings us to the power of suggestive language. This isn't about resorting to overt flirtation or inappropriate remarks. It's about carefully choosing words that hint at depth, mystery, and a deeper level of understanding. For instance, instead of simply saying, "You're interesting," you could say, "There's something about you I can't quite figure out." This subtle shift in phrasing completely alters the dynamic of the interaction. Now, she's wondering what it is about her that intrigues you, what qualities you perceive that set her apart. You've successfully created a moment of intrigue, and intrigue is often unforgettable. Another effective way to utilize suggestive language is by steering the conversation away from superficial topics and towards more meaningful and thought-provoking subjects. Instead of talking about the mundane aspects of the weather or her weekend plans, delve deeper. Ask her something like, "I get the feeling you've had experiences that most people wouldn't believe. Care to share one?" By framing the conversation in this way, you're inviting her to open up, to share something personal and meaningful, creating a connection that transcends small talk. Finally, remember the golden rule of communication. Less is often more. You don't need to overload the conversation with constant hints, attempts to impress, or elaborate stories. Allow your tone to be smooth and steady, your pauses to create space for her to lean in and engage, and your genuine interest to shine through. The quieter your confidence, the louder your presence becomes. When you master this art, something incredible happens. She starts feeling drawn to you, not because you're saying the perfect things, but because you're creating a feeling, an atmosphere that she can't quite put her finger on, but she knows she can't ignore. Paragraph 5. The silent language, the power of eye contact. Let's now explore one of the most underrated, yet undeniably powerful tools in the art of attraction: eye contact. When executed correctly, eye contact can forge a connection so intense that she feels it resonating deep within her bones. The way you look at her, how deeply, how confidently, how genuinely, can convey 1,000 unspoken words without uttering a single syllable. The truth is that most people are unaccustomed to someone truly looking at them, seeing them beyond the surface. Eye contact is inherently vulnerable, and that's precisely why it's so effective. It subtly communicates that you are fully present in the moment, that you are confident enough to hold her gaze without hesitation, and that you are genuinely interested in what she has to say. This kind of authentic connection is rare, and anything rare immediately stands out. However, it's crucial to understand that this isn't about staring her down or attempting to dominate the interaction. It's about holding her gaze just a fraction of a second longer than usual, allowing her to feel the weight of your attention. When done subtly and with genuine sincerity, it sends a silent message. "I see you, and I'm not afraid to show it." Consider this practical application. Imagine you're engaged in a conversation with her. Most men, out of nervousness or self-consciousness, will break eye contact too soon, looking down or away. However, when you consciously hold her gaze as she speaks, it demonstrates that you're not just passively listening to her words. You're actively engaged in the conversation, fully present in the moment. For example, if she's telling you a story about her day, resist the urge to glance at your phone or look around the room. Keep your eyes focused on hers, nod slightly to show you're following along, and perhaps even offer a small, genuine smile. This subtle act of presence makes her feel like she's the only person in the room, and that feeling is incredibly magnetic. Here's another valuable tip. Allow her to break the gaze first. When she looks away, it's often a sign that she's feeling the intensity of your attention and in a positive way. When she glances back to check if you're still looking, that's your cue that you've successfully intrigued her. However, don't misinterpret this as an invitation to become overly intense or intrusive. The goal isn't to intimidate her. It's to make her feel comfortable yet captivated. This is where the concept of a soft gaze becomes crucial. Instead of staring intensely, keep your expression relaxed and warm. A slight, genuine smile can go a long way in making her feel at ease and creating a welcoming atmosphere. Here's a pro tip. Eye contact is especially powerful during moments of silence. If the conversation pauses and you hold her gaze for just a second longer, it creates a palpable tension, the good kind. It's a silent message that says, "I'm here, I see you, and I'm interested." Why does this work so effectively? Because most people are inherently afraid of vulnerability. By maintaining steady, confident eye contact, you demonstrate that you're not afraid of being seen, that you're comfortable with yourself, and that you're genuinely interested in connecting with her on a deeper level. This is incredibly attractive. When you combine this skill with everything we've covered so far, your tone of voice, your choice of words, and your overall presence, you become unforgettable. She'll find herself replaying those moments in her mind, wondering what it is about you that feels so different, so compelling. Paragraph 6. The enigmatic allure, building the walls of mystery. If there is one element that consistently keeps a woman thinking about you, yearning to unravel your depths, is the cultivation of mystery. Not the kind of aloof or distant mystery that feels cold and unapproachable, but the kind that sparks her curiosity, leaving her pondering your thoughts, motivations, and future actions. The prevailing mistake that most men make is giving everything away too soon. They overshare personal details, divulging their entire life story in a desperate attempt to impress. But what if I told you that holding back, revealing yourself in measured doses, can make you infinitely more intriguing? A man who lays all his cards on the table up front leaves nothing for her to discover, nothing to pique her interest. Without curiosity, attraction inevitably fades. Think about it. What's more captivating? A book where you already know the ending, or one that keeps you guessing page after page, with unexpected twists and turns? The same principle applies to attraction. When you skillfully build a sense of mystery around yourself, she'll find herself irresistibly drawn to you, driven by a desire to know more, to understand what makes you tick. You'll occupy her thoughts long after you've parted ways, as she attempts to piece together the fragments of your personality and uncover the secrets you subtly conceal. So, how can you master this elusive art? Begin by resisting the urge to overshare. When she inquires about your weekend, instead of launching into a detailed, moment-by-moment account of your activities, offer just enough information to spark her curiosity. For example, you could say, "I had an interesting weekend. I'll tell you about it sometime." That simple line leaves her wondering what transpired, why you're withholding the full story. This isn't about playing manipulative games or withholding crucial information. It's about strategically pacing the flow of your connection, revealing yourself in layers rather than all at once. When you avoid laying all your cards on the table simultaneously, you create a dynamic that feels organic, exciting, and inherently rewarding. She'll feel as though she's earned each new piece of information, each glimpse into your world. Another effective method for building mystery is maintaining a rich, independent life outside of your interactions with her. Women are instinctively drawn to men who possess passions, hobbies, and goals that extend beyond their romantic pursuits. If your entire world revolves around her, she'll sense it, and the intrigue will dissipate. However, when you're a man with a life that's already fulfilling and engaging, she'll naturally want to be a part of that world. For instance, if you're working on a personal project or pursuing a new hobby, don't feel compelled to explain every detail or seek her validation. Instead, Allow her to gradually discover these facets of your personality over time. Perhaps she'll notice the way your eyes light up when you discuss a particular passion, or she'll observe your unwavering dedication to achieving your goals. This slow, gradual unveiling keeps her interested, engaged, and wanting to learn more. Here's another invaluable tip. Always leave conversations on a high note. If you've just had a particularly engaging and stimulating conversation, resist the urge to drag it out endlessly. Wrap it up with a simple statement like, "I've really enjoyed this conversation, but I've got to run. Let's pick this up another time." By ending the interaction on a positive note, you leave her wanting more, anticipating your next encounter, and eager to continue the conversation. This is precisely where you want to be, in a position of subtle power and allure. Building mystery isn't about being elusive, unattainable, or difficult to reach. It's about creating a dynamic where she feels like there's always more to discover about you, more layers to peel back, more secrets to uncover. When you strike this balance effectively, she'll find herself drawn to you in ways she can't fully articulate, captivated by your enigmatic nature and eager to unravel the complexities of your character. Remember, mystery isn't about hiding who you truly are. It's about revealing yourself in carefully measured doses, giving her the time and space to truly appreciate the man you are, the depths you possess, and the secrets you hold. Paragraph 7. The power of stillness. Mastering the art of silence. Let's explore a secret weapon that is often overlooked and tragically underutilized: the power of silence. While many mistakenly believe that attraction is solely about what you say, the truth is that sometimes saying nothing at all can leave the most profound and lasting impression. A well-timed pause, a moment of calm stillness, speaks volumes and demonstrates a level of confidence that words often fail to convey. The majority of men feel an overwhelming need to fill every moment of silence. They rush to keep the conversation flowing, fearing that a pause might feel awkward or uncomfortable. However, the man who truly understands the art of silence knows that it's precisely in those quiet moments that genuine connection can flourish. Imagine this scenario. You're engaged in a conversation with her, and there's a brief, natural pause. Instead of scrambling to say something, anything to fill the void, you consciously allow the silence to linger for just a moment. You meet her eyes, offer a slight, enigmatic smile, and let her feel the weight of the moment. That calm, unhurried energy communicates something incredibly powerful. It tells her that you're comfortable with yourself, that you're not afraid of vulnerability, and that you're confident enough to let the conversation breathe. Silence is powerful because it creates space for anticipation. She'll begin to wonder what you're going to say next, leaning in, subtly anticipating your next move. In that moment of heightened anticipation, you're building tension, the good kind, the kind that sparks desire and intensifies connection. Here's another effective way to utilize silence. When she asks you a question, don't rush to answer impulsively. Take a moment to consciously think before you speak. This not only gives your words more impact and meaning, but also demonstrates that you're thoughtful, deliberate, and not easily swayed by external pressure. For example, if she asks you, "What's something you're truly passionate about?" Don't blur out the first thing that comes to mind. Pause, meet her eyes with genuine sincerity, and then say, "That's a great question. Let me think about how to best answer it." This approach accomplishes two important things. First, it shows her that you're not trying to impress her with rehearsed or superficial answers. Second, it gives her a sense of importance, as if her question deserves genuine thought and consideration. Silence is also an invaluable tool during moments of vulnerability. If she opens up to you about something personal or sensitive, resist the urge to immediately offer advice or change the subject. Instead, simply hold the space for her words to settle. Let her know, through your quiet presence, that you're there to listen, to understand, and to offer unwavering support. One final tip: use silence to create mystery. If she asks you about your weekend, instead of giving a detailed, blow-by-blow explanation, let your response be short and intriguing. Say something like, "It was interesting." Maybe I'll tell you about it someday. Then, allow the silence to do the rest of the work. Why does this work so effectively? Because most men rely on constant chatter to maintain attention and avoid awkwardness. However, silence demonstrates restraint, self-control, and inner confidence. It communicates that you don't feel the need to constantly prove yourself, that you're secure in who you are, and that you're not afraid of being vulnerable. This kind of authentic confidence is incredibly magnetic. The art of silence isn't about being quiet all the time. It's about knowing when to speak and, more importantly, when to let the moment speak for itself. When you master this subtle yet powerful skill, you cultivate an aura of calm confidence and intrigue that she won't be able to resist. Conclusion. We've now explored 7 powerful strategies for creating deep, irresistible attraction without ever needing to initiate physical contact. Each of these strategies taps into the subtle, often overlooked aspects of human connection: emotional presence, genuine confidence, a captivating sense of mystery, and the strategic use of silence. However, it's crucial to remember that none of this is about manipulation or playing contrived games. It's about becoming a man who truly understands the art of authentic connection, who cultivates inner strength and projects an aura of genuine self-assurance. The Stoics believe that true power comes from within, from mastering your emotions, controlling your actions, and living in accordance with virtue. When you apply this philosophy to the realm of attraction, you're not merely trying to impress her, you're demonstrating that you're different, that you operate on a deeper level than most men. Think about it. When you make her feel truly seen and understood, when you challenge her subtly and respectfully, when you leave room for mystery and let your words and silence speak for themselves, you're creating a dynamic that most men can't even fathom. You're giving her an experience that she won't soon forget, a connection that resonates with her on a profound and meaningful level. But here's the key. This isn't just about her. It's ultimately about you. When you shift your focus from seeking her approval to mastering yourself, you elevate every aspect of your life. Attraction becomes effortless because it's rooted in who you are, not in what you're trying to do. It's a natural byproduct of your inner strength, your genuine character, and your unwavering commitment to personal growth. Now, it's time to put these ideas into action. Start small, experimenting with these strategies in your everyday interactions. Try holding her gaze a little longer, listening without interrupting, or leaving just enough unsaid to spark her curiosity. You'll likely notice the difference almost immediately. Remember, real attraction doesn't begin with a physical touch. It starts in a mind, with a genuine connection that resonates on a deeper level. And the man who masters this subtle art will always stand out from the crowd, captivating hearts and minds with his quiet strength, unwavering confidence, and enigmatic allure. This essay has explored the power of non-physical attraction, drawing upon Stoic principles of self-mastery and emotional intelligence. We've covered the primacy of the mind. Attraction begins with mental and emotional connection, not just physical appearance. The power of being seen. Make her feel understood and appreciated for her unique qualities. The subtle art of challenge. Spark curiosity and intrigue by demonstrating self-worth and independence. The symphony of speech. Use tone of voice and suggestive language to create a captivating presence. The silent language. Eye contact can forge deep connections. Building mystery. Reveal yourself in layers, leaving her wanting to know more. Mastering the art of silence. Use pauses and quiet moments to create tension and demonstrate confidence. The ultimate goal is to become a man who naturally attracts others through inner strength, integrity, and genuine character, fostering relationships built on mutual respect and lasting connection.